great day. Sunlight spilling through the room, chasing shadows, clearing gloom. Quiet joy I can't explain, like a soft and steady burning flame. Breathing in this moment now, no more when and no more how. Every little thing I see feels like it was made for me. I don't need a reason why. There's a light I can't deny, something lifting me so high, like I'm learning how to fly. It's a great day, I can feel it in my bones, light all around me. I am not alone, spirit beside me, guiding every way. Everything's flowing, 'cause it's a great day. It's a great day, let it carry me along. Heart wide open, hearing spirit's song. Living easy, no need to explain. I'm alive and breathing, it's a great day. Coffee warm within my hands, simple things I understand. Every step and every sound feels like solid sacred ground. Laughter rising from within, like a place I've always been. Nothing missing, nothing wrong, just a quiet, perfect song. I don't chase, just let it be. All I need is here with me. There's a calm inside my blessed soul. I'm feeling what it's like to be whole. It's a great day, I can feel it in my bones, light all around me. I am not alone, spirit beside me, guiding every way. Everything's right, 'cause it's a great day. It's a great day, let it carry me along. Heart wide open, everything's strong. Living easy, no need to explain. I'm above ground and it's a great day. And it's a great day. If the clouds come, I won't mind. There's a sun I hold deep inside. Every step I feel the grace. With every breath I find this place. Still I rise, still I say, thank you, Lord, for this moment today. No need to search, no need to chase. I'm right here. It's a great day. It's a great day. Oh yeah. It's a great day.
Well, hello, everyone. It is a great day, isn't it? I wrote that song and produced it. Oh gosh, it was, I would say, probably about 4 months ago now. And I thought I really want to write a song that I wake up in the morning and I start moving around and feeling fantastic. And yeah, everyone's starting to say hello. Isn't that wonderful? Hey, hi, everyone. Love to all, one big family. Yes, we are. Absolutely. So we're going to get into some questions, start loading your questions up in the comments, and we can start addressing those. Last week, we were talking a little bit about finances. It feels like there's so much healing going on. I have had a full week of downloads every single morning. So my book, right? It's lots of stuff is coming through. But routine was one of the things that I was getting, was that I've got to start getting back to a regular routine. So, I mean, how many of us are feeling that? I think a lot of us, right? So if you're feeling it, put it in the comments, because I think that what I was listening to Neville Goddard. If you haven't listened to Neville Goddard, you got to start listening. He was from the 1940s and 50s, brilliant man. And one of the things he said was that you set the alarm for every 2 hours and you monitor your thinking. And so just for 10 seconds every 2 hours. So I set my alarm clock, right? So it starts at 5 a.m. I get up, and then 7 and 9 and etc. every 2 hours. And when it goes off, I check in and I go, how's my thinking? Is it stinking thinking? Or did I drift a little bit away from the consciousness of already living in the the person I want to be, but also the person that I am now, right? Accepting it as if I'm already living in it now. And so that is the key, is to fake it until you make it, as Tony Robbins used to say way back in the day. And I'm sure Jim Rohn probably said it before him, or Zig Ziglar, or someone, right? But I think there's a lot of merit to that, is that you see it as if it's already happened and feel it as if it's already happened. That's the key to manifestation, as we all know. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got some questions coming through. Can we ask questions regarding health and legal? Of course. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, and so I may just say sorry about that. Everyone, really, if you've got any health concerns, you've got to go see a doctor. Okay. And legal, again, I'm not a lawyer. I can't give legal advice. I can look into stuff for you, but usually with legal, I'll tell you that, listen, give up the fight. It's not worth it. No matter how hard it was, creator is the one that does the judging. And I think that, the less we judge, the better off we are, and leave all of that up to the big guy on the other side. Yeah. Because ultimately, you know, our duty here, our job here, our mission here is to practice the 5 lessons of life. And I don't have one of my books around me. Darn it. Yeah, I have one right over here. Look at this. Ta-da! 5 lessons of life. Okay. This is what I want you to read. If you haven't read it yet, get this book, especially if you're going through legal stuff or even health stuff. I want you to read this book, because when I went to the other side, this is it's like a owner's manual for your body, mind, spirit, and soul. And it will teach you everything that you need. When you realize that everyone around us is here to give us the opportunity to practice those 5 lessons, that's when you go, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a jerk and putting me through all of this. And then you can walk away, in forgiveness and joy and prosperity and everything wonderful. Yeah. Kajeju is saying, yes, beautiful weather. I'm in the UK. It is so hot here in Portugal. I mean, it's been in the 40s, and it's warm. Yeah, especially inland a little bit. I'm not close to the ocean, as close to the ocean anymore. So it's pretty warm here. Carrie, wishing you and all a happy and great day, Marie. Aw, thanks, Marie. Now, Marie, I think you were one of the people that signed up for the Mail Club. You have Mail Club, right? So I'm going to be sending that out in the month of August. That'll be our first month, and it's an original, postcard of some of my artwork. I'm going to show you this. Up and down, up and down. Okay, so I did a painting of Jesus, and I messed up his mouth. So I'm just going to block his mouth. I had it so beautiful, and then I messed it up. But his eyes are really vibrant. So normally this would be what's called a monster painting, right? Milan Art Institute, you do monster paintings. But I actually like it the way it is. I've got the eyes natural, like really authentic realism. But then the rest of it is abstract, and his glow is really something. So, anyways, those are the kind of things. I mean, I've done all kinds of artwork, as you know. So the first one is my bear, and I love the bear. It's like a Monet styled painting, and it's really beautiful. So that's what's going out this month. So if you haven't done it yet, see the banner down below, the mailclubly.com at you have mail club. So that's my club, and I'm just starting it. It's one of the ways that I'm going to be able to stay in contact with everyone if once again they take my channel down, because it's being targeted pretty darn good and shadow banned, as you can see. we're up to 20 people already. This is exciting. Normally we were 200-300 or more, and as of late, not as many. But again, we've been shadow banned and limited. But that okay, I got to catch my own words. I used to be shadow banned. I used to be targeted, but not anymore. I'm really happy and grateful that people are able to find me with ease and grace. Okay, so let's get into some questions here, shall we? I was spiritually attacked spiritually and in recent months. Really worry about health. Do you see my health getting worse in upcoming future? Maybe any advice I could receive. Thank you. Well, first of all, spiritual attacks are very real. I believe that we're in a spiritual battle right now, and yeah, so you got to crack the whip, girl. It is a girl, yeah. Uh, Kajeju, yeah. You got to crack the whip and you got to say enough, because you're the one in control of your illusion here, and you've got to focus on what makes you happy. You got to start marching your march and saying, okay, this is it. I'm going for it, and be very firm about the protection of your family as well, because the spiritual attack, it could have been from a family member. It's from someone disgruntled, yeah, uh, that has kind of put you in a box. They think that you are a certain way when in fact they're not seeing the whole truth, and they're competing against you. There's a real rivalry there, but they don't have the spiritual connection that you have. And it's obvious. I mean, if someone is attacking you, they're not spiritually minded. They're working with some dark forces. And so as far as your health goes, you know, I wish I was doing sessions still, because actually, you know what? I'm just going to teach you. I'm going to teach everyone. Okay, it's really easy to let go of any hexes or curses. Usually they come as geometric shapes like triangles, pyramids, circles, squares, cubes. The cube. Oh my God, of course, someone put a hex in you. It was a cube. So check in your body where that cube is. There we go. It's in the pit of your stomach down towards the pelvic, but it's in your tummy. Okay, so see it as a dark cube. Now I want you to see a beautiful, brilliant white cube coming up above it. And on 3, you got to make a really big noise at the same time. Okay, get a book and slam it against a table. And on 3, 1, 2, 3, you bring the white cube down into the black cube, and boom, with a loud noise, do it all at the same time, and that cube, the curse, the hex will disintegrate. It's that easy. Okay, now what is a little bit more difficult is often now curses, they aren't so simple. They actually have like a corkscrew that goes into you as well. So yeah, you not get rid of, I don't like those terms. You release the core or the premise of the hex or the curse, that's gone, but there's that corkscrew. So then you invite God to come in. God, Buddha, whoever it is, Allah for you, whoever it is, you invite Spirit's hand to come in and unscrew that cork and release it, and you can actually hear it pop and come out of you. And then immediately Spirit is going to fill that void with golden light. Okay, so see all of this. And that cork, Creator takes, you don't touch it, and Creator takes it back up into the heavens. And actually, I see it going to the brown planet. I always see the real negative, demonic crap. I'm not swearing anymore. I've vowed to not swear anymore, because it's a very dark and heavy energy when you swear. So I'm not working on it. I'm taking that word out of my vocabulary as well. But anyways, any demonic, beings or energy goes to this little brown vibrating planet. And I call it, or I hear it called as the claw. And this claw literally is, as it sounds, it's like a cage. And so it opens up, and Creator puts that dark entity into it, and the claw closes. And you can actually see them kind of peering through, but they're there and they're not coming anywhere near you. And where is that phone? Just 1 second, guys. I should have turned off my phone. Hola. Hola. Are you delivery? Uh, I'm in a session right now. Is there any way? Can you just leave it at the gate? The big one, the Branco y Azul. Yes, the big one. So just inside the gate to the left, there's a little white electrical room. Just leave it in there for me. Okay? Okay? Bom. Muito bom. Okay. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Obrigada. Ciao. Bye bye. Sorry about that, guys. So, delivery. Okay. So, where were we? Yes, that's how you release your negative entities and energies. Okay. I had to take that call. I've been waiting for that delivery. So, sorry about that. Okay. Let's go in. Hey, Helen, how are you? Good to see you. Can I post my question? Absolutely. You can just post it here. And spiritually attacked. Yes. So, Helen is asking, when and how will I get a new career opportunity? When will you get the new career opportunity? Is it this year? Yes or no? Yes. Is it this month? No. Is it next month? Is it this month? It's kind of close. Is it next month? Is it September then? Yeah, definitely by September. But it could actually be August. There's something convoluted about it. It's like an offer's going to come in, but it's going to take a little while, and then I think you'll actually be in a new career by September. Uh, you're not in broadcast journalism or anything like that, are you, Helene? You feel, you actually, your picture is beautiful as well, but you actually feel like hmm, I don't know if it's a YouTuber or a broadcaster. And if you're not doing that, I think that's what I'm hearing that you should be doing. Okay. So make your own opportunity. That's really what's coming through. And you can do it. You definitely can do it. So you don't have to have someone else come along and say, here's an opportunity for you. You can create whatever it is you darn well please. Okay. Actually, Lynn, let me just pull some cards for you there. Yeah. So you're coming to the red tape. It's like the finish line, where you're going to cut that ribbon. Definitely a change coming. You're definitely changing venues, and it's like it's like in the past you were robbed, and people didn't see your value, but you've got light shining through, and they want you to take off the mask and actually walk the walk that you're here to do, because you've got really beautiful sunny days ahead of you. Okay, so good job, honey. And Bertha, I had an auntie, Bertha. She was my favorite auntie. One of my favorite aunties. Margot is another one. And oh my gosh, I had some really beautiful aunties, but Auntie Bertha. Okay, what is the cause for my high blood pressure? And what can I do to correct it without Big Pharma? I can't diagnose. I wish I could diagnose, but yeah, you definitely have to go check that out, get your blood pressure checked out. There's so many different things, there's multiple factors most likely that are contributing to it. Weight and stress and it can be underweight even, but heavier weight. Yeah, I would go and get it checked out, honey, because that's nothing that you want to play around with. There's so many multiple factors there. So yeah, and stand strong in that, and realize that you have a lot of support, a lot of love around you. So I would go and check it out. And also listen to your own gut, because we know intuitively what it is. You know, if you're asking, I bet you already know, actually. So it can be your food, it can be, the stresses, and also insulin levels. Insulin levels spike with sugar like orange juice, and look it all up. Be a detective on your own health. And actually, this could contribute to why you're here and the mission that you have here. uh, I'm laughing because I really think that this is going to play into your future career, perhaps. Yeah, because what has happened in the past, the pain that you've had in the past, uh, you really need to go back into education and learn even more, and then yeah, stop putting yourself in a box. Stop thinking that there's a wall here, a wall there, a wall there. I can't do this, I can't do that. No, 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 no. We want you to let go of the storm and instead march your march. Okay, get going every morning. Get up, get exercise, do something kind for yourself, love thyself, love thyself, love thyself, and read my book if you haven't read it already. And what is with today? Oh my God. It's the delivery guy again. Hola. Yeah, see. Okay. Okay, un moment. I'll send it to you. Okay, ciao. Ciao, ciao. Bye. Sorry, guys. I've been waiting so long for this. I have to do this. Okay. Want me to play another song for you? Well, we wait. Let me play another song. Oh my goodness. I like this.
I asked the Lord, what do I call you? What holy word should I hold true? The light grew warm, his voice was kind. He smiled and softly said, any name is fine. He said it matters less the name you choose, as long as I am called by you. For every voice and every heart, just call my name. It's where we start. The stars above began to sing. The heavens bowed to their true King. And in his presence I understood his love is woven through all that's good. He said it matters less the name you choose, as long as I am called by you. Every voice and heart is the same. Just call my name. Oh, call my name.
Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sorry about that. I've been waiting for that parcel. So that's part of the mail club. That's actually coming in from Vistaprint, and I need this stuff. And also, I'm going away. I don't know if you guys know, but I am going away for 2 weeks. So I won't be here next week or the week after. I am going to be somewhere else, and it's pretty exciting stuff. So, anyways, that's why I got to get all this done now. So I appreciate that. That song, Call My Name, that is a song that I wrote as well. And it was when I died the second time in 1993. And I met with Creator. Yeah, I was in pretty bad shape. And I met with Creator and with Jesus. And with Creator, I didn't know what to call him, because I literally saw these names flying at me, and I thought, wow, what do I call you? Because I had never heard of these terms towards God, right? Other than God or not Jesus Christ, but Creator. And anyways, he said it matters less the name that you call me as long as you call my name, and so hence the song. And you can get all my songs on any of your platforms, music platforms. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go back. So where were we? Yeah, high blood pressure. You know, check that out, honey. But do something kind for yourself, okay? Because you deserve it. Hello, dear Carrie. Hey, Astrid, how you doing? Good to see you. And good morning from Saskatchewan. Nancy's saying, oh gosh, all of everyone's saying hello. That's awesome. Hi, Valerie. Okay. Astrid, I'm wondering if I will ever experience a really loving relationship, a real loving relationship. Will you experience that? Yes or no? Yes and no. It will come when you think that when we focus on, oh, I haven't had a really loving relationship yet, and I really want that. When we are focusing on wanting it, of course, that's what you get more of, right? I mean, I'm preaching to the converted here. I know, but we'll say it for everyone else, right? Um, your really loving relationship will come when you least expect it because you'll give it up to God. You'll literally say, okay, enough. I don't care if he comes or she comes in 2 days or 2 years. What matters most is I'm really happy with myself. That's when things happen. Okay. And will you experience that? You have a really strong chance. Yes. Who am I to tell you that you are or you aren't? I mean, this is all your manifestation. If you want to practice every single day, waking up, pretending that you're already in this loving relationship, guess what you're going to create? And very quickly, right? But if you remain focused on, well, I can't really do that because, that's a couples event and I don't have a partner right now. And, that kind of thing, right? Or I'm not in a really loving relationship. And, you know, those kinds of dialogues, guess where they're going to get you? Yeah. So I want you to practice what I've been doing. And that is when I wake up in the morning, very first thing I do is I pretending. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and it was a download that came right here live. And I was going, well, wait a minute. The word pretend is before you tend to a matter. So what is it that we do before we tend to the matter? We actually imagine it, don't we? And so if you're going to pretend that you are already in a loving relationship, then what you're tending to, just like a plant, if you're tending a plant, will grow. And so, yes, I think that anything is possible, including you being extremely loved in a really loving and supportive and amazing relationship. So I invite you to focus on that each and every day, honey. Okay, Heather, just joined from very hot pow, France. I know. Can you see the sweat is like coming down? We're about 2 hours from Bordeaux. And actually, my family came from Bordeaux. So, Heather, I think you have questions further on down here. We'll catch up to you in a few minutes here, I'm sure. Valerie, a wonderful day in the UK, not too hot for some gardening outside. I'm jealous. It's so hot here. Keep your painting as is. It's beautiful. Oh, thanks so much. I love it too. Yeah, I showed it to my husband. He's in England right now. And he was like, oh my God. Yeah, keep it the way it is because it's abstract. It's so cool. Like the eyes are realism. And I thought, you know what? I think I stumbled onto my voice. I've often wondered what would I do for my artwork, and I just realized, okay, I'm going to do very realistic eyes and then an abstract face and big, and yeah, I think that they will do very well in the art world. A little hesitancy there because I like it, but we'll see how everyone else is. Okay, unity. Aw, love that. I will say I have noticed a lot more birds around me. Yeah, right? There's all kinds of nature is really talking to us these days. Yeah. Next biz. Wow, your art is fabulous. Congratulations and thank you on your inspiration. If you're picking cards, I would love a message from Spirit. What do I most need to now in terms of guidance? Thank you. So, Nixbiz, um, so the one of the cards for female or male that has been shut down is the first thing that comes up. So I think you've got a breakthrough coming through where you've really guarded yourself for a long time, and I think that that is just whew, you're letting go and you're really stepping into your true power, because with that card, with this SCX card, it isn't about SCX. It is about guarding your own power. When you have SEX with someone else, you actually share and intertwine your energetic body and field with them. And, um, Barbara Marciniak, she often talks about after having SEX with someone that maybe you don't even like or don't want to, continue with. Sometimes you can't shake their energy, she says, right? And I luckily haven't had that experience, but I remember her saying that it was very difficult to shake that kind of energy. And I thought that's an interesting thought, but it is an energy exchange. And so maybe you have really guarded yourself on the energy exchange. And now you're stepping in and realizing that energy is far beyond just your body. And wow, wow, wow. You're really stepping into who you truly are. So well done. Kasia is saying, yes, fantastic. Did a good reading there. And you are a female. I figured so, but you never know, right? But yeah, you have a very feminine energy, but you also have a bit of masculine too. And so that's why, sometimes it can read different, right? Gay guys often I'll see as females, because some of their energy is so feminine, but when I'm reading them, and you realize, that's why, right? Okay. What card deck, ma'am? Okay, this card deck is called O cards. My ex-husband called them oh shit cards. There you go. Okay. And they're really beautiful cards. We haven't had the word love for a while. That's interesting. Yeah. Let's see. What kind of words? Give. So, Kasia, I would, focus on how much you give. Yeah, the word give came up again. And it's blank. So give, 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 give. Is that you? And if so, that can be an imbalance. And so you want to balance it out that you receive just as much. So when someone tries to give something in return to you, or not even in return, just wants to give you something, instead of going, oh, no, 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 it's all right, let me pay the bill. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So instead of that, we want you to start going, oh, thank you. That's really sweet of you. Oh, you just made my day, right? Because, yeah, that's what we do. Okay, Valerie, question. How will things go for me in August? Will I achieve my goals? That goes back to, again, your visualization. And Neville Goddard was talking about that, and I was listening to him, and he was saying, who am I to tell you whether you can achieve your goals or not, right? Or no, it was Stuart Wilde. Stuart Wilde was saying it, and he was going, hello, who am I to tell you whether you can achieve your goals or not? Because ultimately it's up to you, right? It's what you believe. It's the bed you made and that you lay in, right? That old saying, make your bed, or it's a bed you made, now lay in it, or something like that, right? And it's how you play your cards. So crack the whip. You got to start to really focus on what makes you happy, and get silly with it, right? Because this is your go time. This really is your go time. Yeah. So stop with the, I can't do it, all those words that, yeah, and start singing another tune like the song we started off with. It's a great day. Hmm. Yeah, it's a great day. Okay. So will you now achieve your goals in the month of August? Yes or no? And now it's much higher. When we first started out, I did get kind of a lower thing, but now just in talking, it's raised. So keep doing that and you'll raise it even more. Would like a card if you are led to. Oh, of course. That's why we're here, Nancy. Okay, so Nancy, what does this mean to you? So you're the tree, I take it. Do you have a lot of employees or a lot of people around you? Is the ground being turned around you? It feels like things are really starting to move around you, right? And you're very protective of all the things. Do you have a threat to be out of your house, or is there's something there that they're saying stop crying over spilt milk, because it's kind of wringing you out, right? And we don't want to do that anymore. The old story. If you continue that way, we know that those kind of thoughts lead to illness or dis-ease. So instead of floundering in the waters with a bunch of sharks, I want you to start to focus on how lucky you are to have the friends or family around you that you do, and really focus on that. Focus on saying goodbye to what isn't serving you and say hello to the life that you are here to live. And when you start focusing on, okay, what's good about this? You know, nourishing your body and what you are being provided with, the half full or the half empty. Focus on the half full, and which you do, I know, but make it a true habit, right? So I want you to maybe set the alarm like I am every 2 hours, and it's just 10 seconds. That's it. I listen for 10 seconds and I think, as soon as the alarm goes off, I question myself and I think, okay, how am I doing with my subconscious mind and also my conscious mind in being aware of the words that I use, and empowering words that I use? Or am I drifting? Am I going back to, oh, the da 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 da, right? I don't even want to say them because they're not even there anymore. I can't even think of them because they're not in my conscious mind anymore, right? And it becomes a habit. So that's what I would say for you, honey. Okay. Astrid, what a beautiful painting of Jesus. The eyes just pop out. I know, right? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. But it's beyond that. I so okay, there's a bit of history with this painting. I started painting him in 2021. And in 2021, I was doing such a great job. And then I had a couple of heart attacks, like 10 of them. And well, 8 of them. No, it was probably about 10. And I ended up in Lisbon and having surgery. They went through both wrists and put a stent in, a 2-inch long stent. So it was quite a rigmarole. And so I never finished his face, and I didn't really like the face, so I just painted big brown face and kept his eyes. So everything else was just this brown. And um, when I started really focusing on what I wanted to do, I this painting came to my mind, and I went, oh, wait a minute, I think it's in the storage unit. I think I have that here. So I pulled it out, dusted off 5 years of dust. It's been from England to Portugal to England, Portugal, right? And so, anyways, I I sat here for a couple of days, and in the morning I would come out and I'd say, "Good morning, Jesus." And the ball beside me all of a sudden popped out of the basket and rolled towards me. And I was like, okay, that was pretty wild. Okay, you're saying good morning. That's pretty cool. Well, then everything started to happen around here. There is something really special about this painting, and his eyes are so alive. If you haven't seen what we're talking about, this is it. This is the painting that I did, right? and you can see his eyes. I mean, they're so alive, right? Yeah. So, anyways, that's the painting, and I'm going to reproduce it and make canvases and postcards. So that's the Chiching. But I don't know. I think it's just magical. Like, I've been led to do so many things, including this trip in a couple more weeks, or another week. I guess I'm away for 2 weeks, and yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. So let's take a look at the calendar here quickly, because let's see, today is Tuesday. Yeah, so I'm actually here next Tuesday. It is the 11th and the 18th that I'm away for. Okay, put that in calendar. So the 11th and the 18th, not here, but the 4th, next week I am. And please bring your friends, your family, tell them all about this, and let's grow it. Okay. Okay. So, Keja, you see that somebody put a hex on me. Yes, that's what I was saying, was that box that came up, the image of a box. So that was a spiritual attack. And so what I was describing, the visualization, the smacking of the white box into the brown or black box, you can see it disintegrate. So we did that. And then, as I was talking about God coming in and unscrewing that cork, he took it out of you and brought it up to the heavens. So then we put the white light into your belly and finalized it. And it went right down your legs, through your toes, through the bottom of your feet, and then back up through your head there. So you should feel better now. Okay. Now, I want you to imagine a beautiful light around you. And in this light is protection. You have God, you have Jesus, you have, everyone that is here to protect you. Okay. Your spirit guides, Mother Mary, everyone, they're all here for you. Okay. And that's what I want you to focus on, that you're no longer on the radar of that negative entity and energy, and the hex. So can't come back. It won't come back. And you're protected. Okay, good. So next, I feel in my solar plexus area, I hear strange sounds even. Yep. So that can be, right, I was saying that it was in your belly, but it can be the solar plex. It's a bit lower than the solar plex. It was more towards the belly is what I saw. Okay. But the good news is you've had a breakthrough. Well done. Okay. So, hi, Carrie. Blessings to you. Hey, Sunrise. How are you, honey? And Keisha, again, thank you so much, ma'am. Oh, I love you, dear. You're on a good path. Don't you worry. Okay. Ruth Elizabeth. Hi, Ruth. Okay. My family continues to break my heart. Oh, my niece just died, not talking to her mother, my sister. Her mother has not even checked on her adult grandchildren since their mother's death on July 9th. Yeah. You know, this is a silent epidemic happening right now, and it's happening within our family as well. We know it oh too well. And um, I was thinking about this because it's like generational, and it's been happening for a very long time. So, you know, I truly believe it is a spiritual attack. And yes, it's the snakes in the grass, right? So when I died the very first time, I did come toe to toe with the devil, and he appeared at first as a snake, and then he morphed and became a human. And so it really comes down to how we play our cards. With my own family, what I am doing and what I'd invite you to do is start to focus on, okay, what's good about this? That being number one. But the other thing to focus on is pretending that it's all good. I got to close that a little bit more. It's so hot. There we go. I want you to pretend that you see all the family members, and that realize that the niece not talking to her mother, who is your sister, that was all part of a greater plan. And when they're on the other side, they are very different people. And so I would imagine that she's going to help your sister at a level that you couldn't imagine. I think that she's really going to be a blessing for your sister, and that it's all healed. You know, we don't go to the other side and continue on with that animosity and that anger. In fact, you know, why we came here in the first place is because we were triggering each other to practice the 5 lessons of life, and that is forgiveness, compassion, faith, trust, and unconditional love. And so, you know, I would ask your sister to practice that with her daughter, and especially given that she's on the other side, and ask to communicate with her, because if your niece was here, she would be the first one to say, "I am so sorry, Auntie, and please tell Mama that, you know, I'm in a better place." And it's like the old prayer, you know, "Please forgive them, Lord, for they know what they are doing or what they've done." And that's what I see with your niece. She really wants the forgiveness, and she is here to be of service, even in death. It's confirmation. Did you hear that? Beep, 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 beep. Right? So she's speaking on the other side. Yeah. And so I want you to look up the stars and speak to her, with her. Something about cracking the whip. I don't know. Was she into what's it called? Not grunge, but it was dark, you know. And instead, I want you to see her with a happy face on, and you know, the light that she is and was. Okay, and see, you know, the good parts of her. See her in her happy place, walking on the beach, hand in hand with her mama, and you know, just see that, feel that. And that's how this all heals. And expect it. So when you wake up, you know, imagine that, you know, in my case, it would be my 2 daughters, right? And so I'm going to, I have been actually, I went to my door here the other day and I leaned out and I was pretending that my youngest and her boyfriend or fiance were showing up in their car, and they just were surprising me, and I was like, "Hey, oh, I'm so excited you're here. Oh, I love you too so much," you know, and it was just really nice. And just those feelings is what manifests it. So I have no doubt that we're going to be back, and it's all a misunderstanding, and it's just, you know, love prevails. So it's your beliefs, right? Love prevails. Okay, my son is going back his home to his home on a 12-hour journey. Will he be okay through the fires in BC? Wow, yeah, there's some serious fires, aren't there? Yeah, it's going to be a bit slower than what he was thinking. I think there's going to be some delays. Stop. So if he is feeling that he's really having to push through things to make it happen, stop, because Spirit is saying, you know, stop right there, and is guiding him. Yeah. He has a lot of guides on the other side. So I wouldn't worry about him too much, in that he is guided, honey, and he has a lot of love and support around him, and yeah, but not to push it, right? Yeah, not to push it. That's what I would get. Okay, and we'll all say a prayer and put a white light around him. Lots of blessings. Okay, Sunrise. Hi, Carrie. Blessing to you. Can you give me any info on my brother Mike and why he seems distant with me? What's going on with Mike? I think it's less about you and more about what's going on in his world, uh, which is usually the situation, right? Okay, so he's putting either you in a box or the whole situation in a box. This is a box is a belief system. Have you ever seen the comedian? I love him. Have you ever seen the comedian? And he was on PBS, and he was like, "Okay, men he's standing in front of a statue, and the statue is of a man, and then he walks across the stage in a statue of a woman, and he's at the statue of the man. He says, "Men think differently. They have all these boxes in their brain. And one of the boxes is a nothing box. And when they go into that nothing box, they think of nothing." We go over to the women's brain, and he's standing at the women's sculpture or woman's sculpture and female, and he goes, "But women on the other hand are," and they cannot figure out this nothing box whatsoever. So with your brother Mike, um yeah, there's something going on. And could it be that you're measuring things a little different? I think he's just preoccupied. It feels like, yeah. Okay, so pray on it. Yeah. There is he's actually, it's a the sexual card again, but it's shut down, right? So energetically that means that there's a shutdown, and maybe he's got a whirlwind going on. Again, it feels more less about you and more about his own world, but just see yourselves dancing and laughing and having a good time together, because yeah, it's going a bit slower than what you think. But I would reach out and perhaps ask him, is there something on your mind? Can I help you? um, because you might be able to help him in the end, right? Okay. And Helen is saying thank you. Well, Miss Broadcaster and journalism broadcaster, I think that you're going to do very, very well. You got the world by the tail, honey. And you can do whatever it is that you desire in this world. Okay? Okay, I have creditors calling, and they're offering a deal to pay off my debt. Will our debt be erased over time, or is it best to pay it off? Well, you're talking to a girl that went bankrupt for nearly $1 million, 900 and I think it was $97,000. And so I know all about the creditors and all of that back in the day when I was in my 20s and 30s. Okay, so when you have creditors calling, it's never a very good feeling. But yes, you can negotiate with them. And yeah, it feels like a whirlwind, doesn't it? But you can negotiate with them. And yeah, take it from me, there is an end, and you will be dancing. The big thing is education, to teach yourself about finances and about stewardship of your money. It's just like a plant. The more that you nurture it, the more it's going to grow. And especially for family, it's so important. You don't want to be in a position where you're having to ask for help and money and all of that, because it doesn't feel very good. You've also had some people that weren't as honest around you either. So it comes down to how you're playing your cards. Will the debt be erased over time? Yes, of course. You can make a deal of paying, $20 a month or whatever it is, for the next 10 years. In fact, I have a family member right now that didn't pay their electricity bill in England for, I don't know, 5 years or something like that. And all of a sudden they put a smart meter on the house, and now they have to pay. And the utilities company in England came back and said, well, you owe us 600 and some odd pounds over, a couple of years, 5 years. And they were saying, oh, okay, so what do we do about that? And they said, can you pay us £4.50, per month, and until that debt is paid off? Sure, I can do that. So, there's all kinds of ways. And I would just realize that you're in a position to be able to negotiate with them, because they don't want to write off this debt, and they would rather get a little bit from you every single month. So sit down maybe with someone that's like a trustee, or a trustee's office, right? You can phone them and say, is there anyone that can teach money management and look at my expenses and see how I would be able to, and is it free? right? I'm sure there are free services that can help you with all of that, honey. Okay. So chin up. It's all good in the end. Okay. So Helene is saying, I was in long earth shadow and depression. Yeah, I get it. And that can eat you up, right? If you let it. But you don't need to, because you're shining bright. You really have a purpose here. And okay, so going back to that spiritual battle, I believe that the devil's work, and I never liked talking about the devil because I thought, I don't like acknowledging that he's around, but yeah, he's around. That's why we're here on this plane, is the world of contrast. If there's something good, there's something not so good, right? And it's like the old saying, Aboriginal saying of the two wolves, right? If you have two wolves on your shoulders, one is good, one is bad, and they're always vying for your attention, which one wins? The one that you feed. So if you're feeding the dark one with depression and anxiety and all that shit, right, then that's the one that you're going to be consumed by. But if you wake up in the morning and say, okay, from this day forward, I choose not to buy into this anymore. Today is a great day. I'm going to turn on some good music. I'm going to turn on Carrie's song, and I'm going to dance around the house. The other one is Rampage. Look up Esther Hicks Rampage on YouTube. Okay. And it is this is what I do in the morning. I listen to my music, but I also turn on Esther Hicks, and I walk around the house and go, it's a great day. This is a fantastic day. Oh my God, this is such a great day. I'm in alignment. I'm in a spiritual alignment. My, consciousness is out there and manifesting and, bringing back whatever it is that I truly desire to experience. And so this is what I want you to do, honey. You've got the power. So make the conscious decision to put yourself first, and no more feeding that. There we go. Just let it go. Right? When we burp, and especially talking about this, it's because we're releasing all that crap. Okay? So just don't feed it anymore, because you're better than that. Sunrise, I know you're not a financial advisor, but what do you see I do for my highest best? Yeah. So realize that you're the one that's in control of your finances. You're the one that stands apart from everyone else. And relying on other people, can't do it anymore. You've got to actually it's coming to education. Yeah, you've got to be a totally different person when it comes to finances, because the person that you were, no one really taught you how to do finances, right? So I want you to look at some free courses and cut that ribbon and say, okay, I've graduated. I've taught myself all about finances and about being a money magnet and how to manifest all of that. And the man in your life will also will come along with you once you change all that. It's changing your playing tactics, okay, how you think about money. And right now, when you think about money, often we think of, oh, well, I don't have enough of it, and I got these bills, and money doesn't grow on trees, and all those old sayings, right? And think about it. All those old sayings, where'd the old sayings come from? It was conditioning, it was programming, it was to keep us in the tornado whirlpool of lack. And we're not going to play that game anymore. No, 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 no. I'm actually going to become the steward of my finances and grow them and nurture them and heal them and create a beautiful, loving environment in my house. So what's going on in your house on the outside is a reflection of what's going on the inside. And I won't show you my house right now because it's chaotic, which is kind of, I'm in fall cleaning right now. So I've taken everything out of the cupboards and it's piled up. I've taken all my paint supplies from the shop, brought it in the house. It's something in the house right now. But there's a method to my madness, and that is fall cleaning, right? I can see that the house is going to be absolutely pristine. Everything has its place, and if it doesn't, then it's donated or into the trash. And that's what I want to say with you is go through the house. You've got a lot of money right in your house. Start selling stuff and think about other ways that you can make money on the side. Yeah, because right now you can't see the forest for the trees. But when you start looking around and realizing, I can sell that, I can sell that, oh, I can sell all of these, then you're going to be dancing. And look for that side income. But also, while you're cleaning, make it, it pays to clean up. It does. It's wonderful. Whoops. Okay, sunrise. Yeah, so there we go. I hope that answers that, honey. Can you pull cards for me on my younger son? He's an apprentice and his employer hasn't acknowledged his hours needed to be a journeyman. Yeah, he's applied to so many jobs and hasn't heard back. So those are obstacles. Those are things that are not allowing him to progress. And so the more that he is fixated on that darn, employer, he's holding me back, right? And it becomes a victimhood, and then it just becomes, self perpetuating, self fulfilling. And so I want him to practice every single day. I love my job. I love this new job I just got. I am so excited for this new job, and see himself getting up in the morning, getting dressed, pretend again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the beginning of this video when we're finished and look at what I was speaking about with pretend. Okay. Because, yeah, it all comes down to your imagination, right? So if you are able to imagination, what would that nation look like and how would you be contributing to it? He'd have a job, and a great job. So, right? I've used this analogy a billion times, but my husband was a football coach, a younger team football coach. And when his young guys got older, they were playing in like a pre-Premier League, but it was highly competitive and they actually got paid. Sorry, I'm sweating so bad. It's like 42 degrees here today. It's hot. Anyways, so his player came back to him and he was like, Coach, I'm just in a slump. I don't know what to do. And so Lynn's listened to, what he was saying, and he really was in a slump. So many things had happened, and the new manager wasn't, putting him in the right position or literally the right position on the field. And so Lynn's listened. He goes, okay, your problem is the dialogue, the inner dialogue. So I want you to start thinking to yourself, goals, 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 goals. I want you to say it out loud all day long. And when, you're at the dinner table with your parents and your mom asks you a question, I want you to reply with goals, 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 goals. And that's what he did for a full week. And by the end of the week, he played the following week. And I always thought it was 6 goals that he got, but he got 5 goals in one game because that's all he visualized day in, day out was scoring goals. So for your son, my job. Yay, I have a fantastic job. I love my job. I'm so excited, and maybe the employer will be severed, right? Maybe the axe is coming down, and the people that were controlling him are going to go by the wayside, and instead he's going to spread his wings and he shall fly. So rather than focusing on not hearing back, I have so many job offers. I don't know what to do with them all. I'm so excited. That's what I want him to say. Okay. Hi, Carrie. Hey, the UFO conference went smoothly. Oh, you went to a UFO conference without us? Oh my gosh. I was so, I want to speak at those because I've had so many UFO experiences. You have no idea. I dated someone that actually was a or is a lizard person. He shifted on me like spikes in his forehead, shifted on me 3 times. And then I had this huge experience at the end of the Mayan calendar, and he was very much part of all of that. So I'm, next UFO concert, let me in conference, let me know. I'd love to be a speaker there. Okay, glad it went well. That is awesome. Well done. I made some amazing contacts. Well, of course you did. Hello. That's good. Yeah. If you weren't here last week, or was it the week before, I was saying to His Highness that he was going to go to this conference, and that there was someone that wasn't being as authentic with him, that, you know, and now I understand. And yet I knew that he was going to make a lot of contacts that were really key for him. So that was good. Good job. Well done. Okay. Christine, can you pull a card for Ireland, and will things get better? Oh, they're really playing their cards, aren't they? So, Ireland. The immigration issue, it's like the floodgates have opened, right? And I think that you're going to actually lead the way. You're planting the seeds for so many other countries, and things are really about to change. Because don't worry, you've got the power. You know, Creator knows the country that has the fiery fierceness, the power, and that is definitely Ireland. Did I tell you my dad was Irish? Because you guys are the ones that are going to have the breakthroughs. And so, ba-ding, ba-ding, right? Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, there's going to be a bit of a yield, and then all of a sudden, there's a yield in the sex crimes. Okay, so that's going to be, and then Judgment Day shall come. So hold on, Ireland. You got some, yeah, the walls feel like they're coming in on you right now, but don't worry. There's going to be a lot of healing that takes place from this. And like I said, you're the way shores. Well done. Okay, Annette home. Hi, Carrie. It's my ex birthday today. Dreamt about him tonight. What shall I do? I know that's a tough one, isn't it? What shall you do? Say adios, or au revoir, or hello. What is it that you want to do? How are you with your ex? Um, yeah, you still want to be there, and he doesn't, right? See yourself growing old together. If this is what you want, see and feel and sense. Feeling is the biggest part. See and feel and sense that you are still together, you're coming back together, and yeah, it's all good. And energetically, okay, so again, that sex card, the one where it's shutting down, it's like guarding. So uh, that actually feels, I was going to say, funny enough, it feels like him, like he's the one shut down. But then I realized, no, it's actually you, a bit wounded, right? So I want you to spread your wings and take this opportunity to fly. Do the things that you want to do, because the snake in the grass is, you know what? And it's made you kind of go, right? I want you to write down your feelings. Okay, so let's do a release letter. Okay, so on his birthday, I want you to write a letter. You're never going to send it to him. Let me be clear. You don't send this letter to anyone. This is your feelings. I want you to write a letter to him and say, Dear John, happy birthday. And then just spill your guts. Put it all on that paper, and then take it and burn it. You have to be careful with all the fire stuff right now. So you have to be careful. Like if you're taking it outside to burn, you got to be so careful, even with a fire extinguisher and a water hose and everything, right? You got to be careful. But if you can burn it, then go ahead and do it controlled. Or otherwise, just rip it up into a billion pieces and scream and release as you're doing it until, and keep ripping it up until you are totally spent. And then keep it in a little pile or put it in water. Water dilutes all of the energy, right? Yeah. So coming to the end, that'll help as well. And then just trust. If you want the relationship back and you feel that it's a healthy relationship and he's going to absolutely adore you and love you and it can be good, then just keep visualizing. That's what my husband did with me. We broke up for 2 full years and I was like, listen, I want a divorce. I was so adamant in that, damn it, I want a divorce. We're not continuing on. And he go, okay, dear. And I would say, so how's the divorce going? How's the divorce lawyer going? And he'd go, yeah, I'm working on that. I just don't have time this week, but I will get to her. I've put a call into her and so I am progressing. So that would kind of keep me quiet for a little while. But and then I'd phone him back again and say, okay, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. When is this going to come through? And he'd say, I'm still working on it. And then he would, show up and say, I'm in town. Can I take you out for dinner? And I would be like, okay. And after 2 years, I realized, oh, he's such a sweet man. He's such a good man. We just had a lot of circumstances that were so difficult, but they were all part of a greater plan. And so that's what I would say for you. If this is something you don't want to give up on, then don't. Just like him. Be persistent. But not in a stalkerish kind of way, because no one likes that, right? He was actually really smart with it because I knew that I could call him when I needed help. And so if I was moving something, moving furniture, sure, I'll be right there. I'll come and help you, or do you know this person? Can they help me? Yeah, I'll give you their contact, whatever it was. He was always there willing to help. Uh-oh, my battery's about to go. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, be persistent in your mind, right? And see your final outcome. Okay, silver lining. Hi, beautiful. Would love to know what's coming up for me next. Any insight from spirit is greatly appreciated. Okay, silver lining. You have definitely the right attitude. Your spirit guides, they're funny. They're like, yes, she does have the right attitude most times. This is funny. But they're waiting for you to show up. They're like, yeah, you know the lingo, but money is like right on your doorstep. And it's just a matter of opening up and trusting that you are so abundant. You have everything right here, right now. It's already here. So, yeah. And that includes the family, right? That includes, your ability to go for it, having permission to go for it, because you have really bright days ahead of you. This is a really positive, like, I see spirit guides around people, but your spirit guides, whoo, they got your back. You got to stop playing small. Not that you play small, but I want you to really let your light shine through. Okay, hun? Well done. Okay. Hey, Georgie. Hi. How are you, honey? Good to see you. I'd love cards for Jane, please. My lovely friend Jane is selling her house and separating from her husband. Yeah, it's taken over 4 years already to sell because no one wants to let it go. On a subconscious level, the dream has stopped, but there is still, an attachment there. And I know they've gotten on in their own lives and all of that, but there is a connection there of years of celebrations and birthdays and all of that. And I was asking, is this Jane or her husband? And I actually think it's a little bit of both. Um, but they need to build that bridge. They need to, that wasn't a, you know, I was just adjusting my glasses. No hidden message there. It's a handful of stuff. Okay, so they need to build that bridge and let go of the troubled waters. Yeah. The house itself also has an attachment to them. Yeah, because it's the foundation, right? It's the four walls around them. And that is what needs to heal. So I think both of them energetically have to say goodbye to the house and say thank you for the time that you gave us, and the protection and the love and the shelter, and just show gratitude and appreciation towards the house. And then unhook, just like a pure steering, right? You just unhook. They've got to unhook from their chests, their heart, and their belly, their groin, actually their throat, their third eye, all the chakras, and their shoulders, their hips, their knees, their ankles, their feet, everywhere. They are so attached to this house. Wow. There's something previous life here. And it could be the land, actually. There's a previous life. That's why, I mean, normally you don't see this many attachments to a house or land, but they both are so attached to it. So once they unhook and resolve it and realize that, so that's why, 4.5 years, that's, or 4 years, so maybe another 6 months. I don't think so, though. I think once they unhook and they give gratitude, then they'll be able to actually visualize the perfect buyers coming in. Today has been a series of couples that I've thought, do you really want to break up? Is that really, I know after 4 years and they've moved on, and, there's cash investments and stuff. The cash is coming. It's coming. But they also have to understand that there's a lot of upheaval and a lot of, people being affected by the decisions, especially affecting your office and your workplace, even after all these years. So what makes you happy? That's really what it comes down to. I don't know, Georgie. And for you, thank you for being a friend and helping them see, the writing on the wall. It's right there in front of them, and stopping. Um, I'm hearing stopping being victims to, you know, it's still on the market. It's only been a year. Oh my God, it's been 2 years. It's been 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is. It could go on, right? Instead, they need to actually start singing a different song. And it's like the football player with his goals, 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 or the young man with his job, 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 with the house. I'm so happy and grateful we sold our house, if that's what you want. Maybe Creator is opening a door to not sell the house. That could be an option as well. Just saying, right? Hey, Jill. Good day, Miss Carrie. Anything new for me, please? Okay. There is a snake in the grass. That's making you go, still. And have you written your release letters there? Have you finished that project? And if not, that's what we want you to do, because there's still some healing to do on that matter. Otherwise, you gotta just keep marching and just keep going, just keep swimming. Yeah, it's all good. Do your release letters, okay? Much love to you, honey. Okay, Heather, I had a dove sitting in a flower bed a few days ago. Aw, got her some seeds and water, and now she's gone. Did she? What? Did she have a message for me? Well, yes, of course. You can talk to them, because you have the ability. Just take off the mask of thinking that you can't talk to them. And underneath is beautiful, bright light, right? And so if you were able to talk to her, I want you to put in the response here, Heather, what was that dove saying to you, right? What was the message for you? You gave her nourishment, but she also gave you some too. So I want you to just sit down for a moment and feel and see that dove. In fact, everyone can do that. Help Heather out and practice your psychic skills, your intuition, and ask for the dove to give you one word. What is the one word that Heather would love to hear? And be kind and loving in these words, because that's what the dove would do, of course. I don't have to say that in this community. You guys are all loving and wonderful. Okay. Hey, Namira, how are you? Hope you're doing well, doing great. Fantastic. His Highness, I suggested that you could paint clouds around his eyes, but there's enough to say stop now. Oh my God. Yeah, I would say I would stop now on the painting. Yeah. Last week, His Highness was saying, why don't you paint? Because it was just this brown face with these two like really intense eyes. And he said, well, why don't you paint clouds all around the eyes? And it was like, yeah, now, no, I've done the abstract around it. So it's good. Okay. Would love a message from the universe. Okay, Namira. Health. Health is the first thing that came as I'm drinking water. So, do you drink enough water? Is it mental health? Is it physical health? Spiritual health? Yeah, it's spiritual health. Okay, so faith. Faith. What else? Belief, strength, fortitude. All these words are coming through for you. You have a very strong belief system. It's okay. So, what I'm hearing is that you do everything for everyone else. And the belief system is that you're a very good person, you're very loving, caring. I don't know if you have children. It's funny because the children feel distant for some reason. Actually, was it you that had the children that had moved out for school or something? Can't remember. I have short-term memory. When I do readings, I usually let it all go, right? And I don't carry it. So with you, I'm hearing that the nurturing of self and having faith and unconditional love for yourself is what they want you to focus on. So it goes back to habits and routines, and be kind with yourself. I know you already have a routine. I know that, but just examine what one more thing could you add in that would be really kind for yourself, and add that in. Okay. Nick's Biz, spot on, Carrie, as always. Thank you. I love the O cards. Inspired to make my own. Fantastic. Okay, let me know when your deck is out, and I will, and the team here will all support you. Astrid, thank you so much. Going to pretend. I know, isn't it a great word? Right? I loved when that came through last week. That was a good one. I've never heard it before. Yeah. If you've read my book, there was a whole section at the end of the book, and it was one of the lessons, and the lessons was truth, I believe, or trust. Sorry. Anyways, it gave a whole bunch of examples. Where is it now? Yeah, right here, page 156. So look at all these examples of words, right? So release is real ease. So a lot of these are kind of common now, like love backwards is evil, and television is television. But all of these came through, except television. Actually, that was more in the recent years. But majority of all of these came through in 1993, right? And with my time with Jesus, actually sitting on his lap, he brought up his hand and he started playing with a word, and the word was earth, and then he made it into heart. You know, this letter went here, we'll make it backwards, we'll do that, right? And he started playing with the English language, and he said, but it also applies in other languages. So that is the title of this painting that I've made, right? The painting of Jesus. And so one of the things that he showed me even back then was that Jesus is je suis, I am, right? I am that I am. And so when you take the I out of je suis, it becomes Jesus. Because when you take the I out, and there is no I in team, right? So, yeah, when you take the I out of je suis, it becomes Jesus. And so that's the title is je suis hyphen Jesus. I think it's amazing. Okay. Hey, Ben, how are you? Ben, it's about cracking the whip too. Um, who has been nattering at you, or not being, I want to say not as kind, you know, around you. It could be someone at work or in the household or something. And so there's a lot of healing that's taking place in your household. And the green is the heart chakra. You're flushing down the toilet what is no longer serving you. Are you going back to school, or you're finishing, or maybe you're teaching, you're retiring? Feels like there's changes. Whatever it is, they want you to start playing more and let things slide. That nattering, that, you know, you definitely stand out from the crowd. You always have. You've you've been a forethinker. You actually can see things before it happens, right? Yeah. Um, dare I say that you're psychic, that you have the ability, and it's all about planting your seeds right now, because you're stepping into a whole new chapter of your world, and realize that you have the power. I love this card. It's my favorite card. It's like Superman or Superwoman, right? You know, even with the red boots and the, you know, high collar, it's like um hmm, it's like stepping into who you are, and all of a sudden you become this super character. And do the Maverick comic, you know, superheroes, that whole series of, you know, the, what was it called? I've gone blank. You know, they were all different abilities and different gifts, and they went to a school that was for these, you know, individuals that were very unique. Well, that school, the actual film site, was Royal Roads Military College, and that's where I grew up. My father was a Perry officer there, Master Chief Warrant Officer, but he, you know, taught all the military cadets. At that time, it was an all male school, and he taught them phys ed. And so they were in the top shape by the time that they finished with my dad. And and so he used to take care of the castle all the time, and that was where they filmed, you know, the Marvel comic series, right? All those X-Men series. Okay. So I think it's kind of neat, because here I grew up with all of these different abilities, and I know every secret passage within that castle. I know where the secret elevators are and everything, because as a kid, Dad would say, go for it. And I'd run and I'd play in this castle, and I would see the ghosts and I would talk to them. And I was an interesting kid. So, anyways, for you, Ben, you have an innate ability. You're a very good people person. You know, you can actually see it in your photo. You're very kind, you're astute, you're very cunning, actually, in a complimentary way. Like, you can see things, and when you put your mind to it, nothing is going to stop you. You go for it. That really is your superpower. But at times it makes you kind of out of your mind, like a lot of stress. And so, what do they want? Yeah, at times you're dealing with someone that's backstabbed you or really hurt you. Well, good news is that's creating a breakthrough for you, and all of that has come to an end. Right? Don't worry about it. It's wish upon a star. You know, when you're going to bed at night, I want you to think about, um, I'm so happy and grateful I'm living the life that I truly want to live. And then see yourself living that life. Feel it, sense it, you know, as if you just had a full day of living the life. Review your day in the conscious sense that you already are living the life that you want to live. Okay? That's what I want you to do. That's what they want you to do. So that is a divine message. Be who you are here to be now. AK 5737. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for doing this. Always lovely to see you. Do the cards have any guidance regarding my body? I'm on a journey of alignment and lovely relationships with my body. Thank you. What a wonderful message that one is. You know, what you said there, I'm on a journey of alignment and lovely relationship with my body. Yeah. So that is all about, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, right? Yeah. So do you have cards for the guidance regarding this? It goes right back to what we just said with Ben. Sorry, I don't know where Paul came from there. Anyways, it's the same message. When you're going to sleep, I want you to really feel the gratitude for your body and realize that whatever your body went through, it needed to, because that gave you the rest time. It gave you the decompression time to be the person that you are today. And that person is really opening the gates on a whole new level. And the finances are really starting to flow for you as well. So everything is coming to you with ease and grace. No longer are you going to feel, you used to feel penniless, but no, no, no. Now you feel the abundance. The money is really starting to flow, and you are rich. So you're rich because, you know, you're focusing on your health and your body, and in turn, everything else will start to flow. So do what I've been doing. Write yourself a letter from your future self, your ideal future self. Okay. And write yourself a letter saying, oh my gosh, you know, AK, you can't imagine what your life is going to be like in 3 months' time, because it is far greater than you've ever imagined. So start imagining or pretending, you know, that, and start living that life now. Okay? Beautiful. I'll drink to that. Hmm. Co-create happy. I love you guys' names. My gosh. Okay, question. Can you please see what the heck is going on with my gut? Thank you for any insights. I prefer to do it yourself holistics, so don't want to go see the doctor. Well, of course, the first thing I have to say is I'm not a doctor, and my first thing is to say go see a doctor, or even a naturopath, or someone that is, you know, a doctor in naturopathic medicine. That might be an option for you. Muscle test as well. Now, this has been going on for a while. It's kind of put you at a standstill. You've yielded everything. And so the gut knows, the gut is telling you something. It's usually about energy, right? It's usually about, you know, what's going on in your world and the pain that you're carrying. I would say that is probably the source of it. And okay, so who is it that you have in your life or don't have in your life that has wounded you, and maybe they've stepped away. Yeah, yeah, there's something there. I want you to imagine them in front of you and unhook, like the pierced earrings. Unhook, especially from your belly. You're going to unhook. It's a big, heavy, oh my God, that's a huge hook. And then drop that hook down into the ground. Mother Nature knows what to do. She absorbs the energy from that hook and turns it into flowers and trees and everything beautiful, and transforms that energy. And then you can start your healing. But there, with the gut, it's not something that you want to play around with. I would at least go and get a examination, okay? Because it's not something that you want to play with. You can do all of this stuff, and I think that there's complementary, services here, that traditional medicine, or not even traditional, the Rockefeller medicine, along with holistic medicine, I think that, there is something there. Okay. On that, one last thing. I have skin cancer, right? And it's SCC, and it's on my leg right now. And it's, well, that's exaggeration. Together, I have two of them. So it's about that big. And I'm not doing, any symbols there. Don't get, I was trying to show you the size of it, right? It's about that big. Anyways, because I don't do those kinds of things, right? Anyways, uh, for 2 years, I've been putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. And now it's doubled in size and blah, blah, blah. So I was talking to a friend, and out of the blue, he says, "Hey, do you have any ivermectin?" I said, "No, I ran out." And he goes, "I have some. That thing on your leg, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Why don't I give you the ivermectin?" So I've taken pretty high doses, and it's changed it already. So for me, that is one of the things that I really like to have in my medicine cabinet, for especially parasitic, right? So it's so powerful. And there are places to get it. You just have to start asking around. Okay. Friend of a friend. Yeah. Because I tried going through the traditional medicine. They wouldn't give it out in Portugal here. Boy, is that hot. I'm going to have to call this quits pretty soon, because it feels like my computer is going to blow up. Just one second. It's not going to blow up. What am I saying? But it's so hot. Okay. Just a second, guys. Oh, there we go. I was underneath I'm in a mobile home, hey, in Portugal. I sold the retreat centers, or center, all the houses on the retreat center, and bought some land. And so I've got a modular home while we're thinking about building. We'll see what happens. Anyways, moved in quick, like 2 years ago, and there was all kinds of stuff underneath. And I pulled out all the big cardboard. I was collecting the cardboard for the garden, because if you know anything about gardening, you put the cardboard down first and then the soil and everything, and it creates a really nice barrier so you're not weeding all the time. So anyways, I don't know if you could see out there, but man, I have got a lot of cardboard out there. Okay, going back to that thing on my leg, it's healing, and it's doing so well. So you know, I would go to a doctor, and I would also look at getting some ivermectin. Okay, because I love that stuff. Valerie, thanks, Carrie. Yes, singing while I work, my favorite thing to do instead of just working on it. Amen. Very good. And Nancy's also saying thank you. Woohoo. I love it when we get the positive feedback from you guys. That's really nice. Okay, so let's see. Avatar. Hi, can I get a card reading, please? Absolutely, honey. So I'm going to shuffle these because we keep getting the same cards. And I also got that I am supposed to, um, sorry, they just keep falling out here. There we go. Ah! Okay. I also got that we have to pick some words as well. Okay. Now let's take a look here. So you're hesitant a bit because of past pain, right? Is that right, Avatar? There's some past pain that has been there, and yeah, but that's all right because you're a wonderful person. And whether you're a mother or not, or a parent or not, um, you know, maybe it's inner child work. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, and do the wonderful work because you've got you've got a lot of abilities and a lot of support around you. Now, this card is interesting because it has no words. So, no words about time. It's time, right? It's time for you to what? It's time for you to let go of the burden that women have put upon you. Now, this could be mother, sister, aunt, boss. There's some women in your life that, maybe you're carrying a burden for other women, and you're helping them and doing work for them, but it's beyond the boundaries. And so we need you to stop and just wait and give yourself some time to breathe. And because you're getting all tied up, right? There's too much going on in your world right now. Realize that people that are strangers are just friends that you haven't met yet. And so I would start involving yourself in activities outside of the norm and start putting yourself in positions where you get to go and meet strangers, because there, I think that's what you're going to, and also father issues. It could be planting new seeds, planting new thoughts about your father or being a father. That could be it. Yeah. I don't know. Father issues. Yeah. Okay. Because the last one is those that have violated you do not have the power. You do. Okay. And you have suppressed yourself, which has put yourself in a bit of danger and a bit of embarrassment, which you've resisted. But in the end, your superpower is love. Okay. How did that go? How does that feel? Hey, Avatar. I loved that. That was a really special reading. Very nice. Okay. Couple more. We're coming up to 2 hours here. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Mary. Annette is saying very beautiful. Well, I love you guys. And has anyone signed up for my mail club yet? The link is down below, mailclubly.com / at you have mail club. Okay. If you can sign up for that, that sure helps me and it keeps us in contact. And if this ever goes down, we have your mailing address and we can still keep in contact with you. Okay. So, okay. So hot here. Oh my gosh. It's embarrassing. Sweating. I'm not embarrassed, actually. My body is doing what it needs to do. Woohoo. Wow, the eyes look so real, real with feeling, don't they, though? Yeah, like I said, I think that I found my voice, and that is to paint really realistic eyes with an abstract face. And I haven't seen anyone else do that. And it's extraordinary. So thanks for that, Ruth. That's beautiful. Hey, Victoria. Good to see you, honey. Maddie, hello. Please may I ask if me and my husband will stop arguing? We hardly talk, and when we do, we just argue. Been married for 27 years, we just can't get along anymore. Is there a divorce coming? Well, maybe that's why today has been the day of that kind of conversation, right? When two people can't stop arguing, it becomes a habit. Okay. And Maddie, do you want to get divorced? Do you want to give up after 27 years together? I don't know. I'm not one to judge, right? I let go of a relationship, and I'm the first one. I've admitted many times publicly that I gave up too early, right? And I didn't call a truce and didn't address the issues that were at hand, right? The drinking and all of that sort of stuff. Didn't address it. Well, drinking is a symptom of escapism, right? So if you want to walk the path with your husband, you got to see that doors are open and it's baby steps to get there. Forgive my nails, they've got paint in them. They're not normally that dirty looking. Anyways, going back to you, honey. Okay, the way to stop arguing is to do reflective listening, where you consciously both sit down and you hear each other. Look up reflective listening and how to do it. There are steps to it. The way I stopped arguing, because I used to do it a lot. It was bad. Oh my God. When I think, yeah, it was embarrassing now when I look back. But the way I stopped it was someone once told me that you realize you create little beads of cyanide on the tip of your tongue. When you get so upset, you actually create these little beads of cyanide. And that's why, they call about the forked tongue. And when you get really riled up, people, whoa, it's poison that is coming out of your mouth. And it makes people recoil. So I didn't want to have poison on my mouth. I didn't want to have, that much rage inside me or anger inside me. And the other thing to consider about arguing is if you have two people arguing and they're coming at each other, rah, 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 right? What happens in an argument? You strip each other, you literally tear energy from one another. You claw at one another with your words and energetically. And you say things that are cutting. You cut away at each other's force fields. You know that beautiful energy that you build and you are nurturing and caring and the connection with spirit? When you argue, you actually tear away at each other's force fields. And yeah, see, beep, 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 beep. It's confirmation. So that's why in an argument, either you both feel absolutely deflated and beaten down, or one feels energized, like, whoa, I told him. And then I said this, and then, right? And you're still kind of riled up. You're still like, because you've taken on all of his energy, or he's taken on yours. And one will feel really beaten down. The other one is like, yeah. And the one feels beaten down. It's because they've been robbed of their energy. And so it can take a long time to heal from that. And sometimes it takes decades. You think of all my clients that have come to me over the years, and they still have daddy issues, right? Because dad told them that they weren't worthy. They weren't a very good singer, whatever it was, right? They told them something that was absolutely debilitating and took their light away. And it takes a while to build that light up again and blossom like a flower. So as soon as the argument stops or starts, I want you to stop it by saying, okay, I want to explain to you what Carrie, this woman online, was saying about arguing. And I don't want to do this. You're my best friend. We've been together 27 years. So what's really going on here? you know, I found that when people want to argue or they pick arguments, it's because there's something else going on. Okay. Either they're not happy, they don't want to be in the relationship anymore, they found someone else, whatever there is there is something that is at the root there. And it can be you. Maybe you want to be out. Maybe, one of you. If you're arguing a lot, there's a reason for it. So you need to have good communication. And after 27 years, I would hope you would have the civility with each other that you can communicate and that you can, um, take that time and communicate with one another and say, listen, you know, let's stop arguing just for tonight and have a conversation, because I don't want to have poison on my tongue, the poison tongue, right? And I don't want to have that stress because it's too hard on my chest, too hard on the soul. Okay? And be adults about it. Kids, I was seeing that. What was it? It was a comedian. She said, most adults are just grown children, right? When they don't get their way, a child has a hissy fit. When an adult doesn't get their way, they slam the door and they walk out. They have a hissy fit. They gave a whole bunch of examples like this. And that's not a true adult. And are we in this world here and now, not willing to be the best human that we can be? And is the best human that we can be arguing? I don't think so. And I don't think you think so either. So stop the arguing and show each other, pretend for the next week that you remember how you were when you first fell in love again, right? How were you when you first fell in love with him? How did you treat him? And have a conversation with him. Say, look, we have a choice here. We can continue this way and it probably won't end so well. Or what's suggested, Carrie suggests, is that we pretend, what it was like when we first fell in love. And let's just start the honeymoon stage over again. And all that other crap can go by the wayside. Okay. But reflective listening, you got to address what is causing the arguments in the first place. And you'll probably find that it's a total misconception. He believes one thing, you believe another thing. And it's like, oh my God, you believe that? I didn't know that that's what you were thinking. Okay. It's wonderful stuff. Sunrise. Question, please. My brother Mike has been fairly avoidant towards me for the past years. What's going on? Has he got strong judgments on me? I think we answered that one already, Sunrise, didn't we? Yeah. And what I was saying was that it's less about you and more about him right now. There's something going on with him, so not to worry. Okay. And yeah, he's got some judgments, but that's all right. Just keep loving him. It's all good. You already know. Yeah, that's why you asked the question. You already know. Okay. Allie, my mom transitioned in December. Is she okay? Is she okay? Your mama. She's better than okay. Yeah. Yeah. Your mom is now your greatest ally. It's funny, your name, Allie. She's like your greatest ally. And she's actually really happy where she's at. What can she tell you? Get on with it, girl. You know what you need to do, and just, yeah, this ain't no dress rehearsal, so do it. Live the dream. That thing that you always talked about, you do it now, because you don't want to have any regrets in the end. Okay. So yeah, she's doing great. Yeah. Much love, honey. Ruth, I am not talking to my sister either. She did not do nice stuff. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, well, people do that. They don't do nice stuff because they're triggering you, and they were here to trigger you. So read the book. Read my book, The 5 Lessons of Life. Who here has read this book? Put it in the comments. I bet you a lot of you. And tell us what you thought about it. How did it help you? Okay, if you can, and that'll encourage everyone else here to go and get a copy, because what you'll realize is that your greatest bully, your greatest molester, whoever it was on this plane, was actually your best friend on the other side. And they came here to truly hurt you in many different ways, but in the end, yeah, I can see a few people leaving the group right now, because it is a tough thing to take, right? But that's what I was shown when I died my second time, was that my molesters, when I was 3 years old, it was a husband and wife team, and they actually were my greatest gifts, because fast forward, 30 years, when I was 34 years old, we had a 3-time convicted pedophile after my daughter when she was 2, and he tried to kidnap her, and I was able to stop him. Why? Because I knew his energy. And thank God I went through what I did when I was 3, because I wouldn't have recognized, I wouldn't have known that energetic field had I not seen it myself. And so I not only helped her, I ended up writing and amending 14 laws in Canada, bringing Amber Alert into Canada with Heather Forsyth, the MLA. And yeah, so it was good. Okay. So everything happens for a reason. And when people don't do nice stuff to you, maybe thank them instead of curse them, because there's a lot of good stuff in the forgiveness of it all. Thank you so much for reading on my son's journey back to his home. Yeah. The stop was a really interesting thing there, Ali, because it's like he's pushing, well, I got to get this flight. I got to, and if he's finding obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, he's got to stand back and go, wait a minute, Creator's telling me something. Stop. Just rest. Take the next flight if he has to. Whatever. Okay? Anyways, Mary, I have been lacking motivation and extremely tired in a spiritual attack. Yeah. Oh, I know that one. Yeah. Makes you burp, doesn't it, honey? Okay. So, like the previous one, I heard to use words as well. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards for you, Mary. Just one second. Yeah. Woo. Okay. You got a lot of cards. Just came flying out. And we'll start there. Now, is it that side? Or this side? Yeah, I think it's this side. Okay. Okay, so lack of motivation. Don't worry, you're at the edge of a breakthrough, and this breakthrough is going to be really attractive for you. You are going to be attractive to others because you're going to increase your energetic field and your energy. Energy breeds energy. That's what my mom always used to say. And I would suggest that you focus on this beautiful gift that is coming, because they want you to go for it. This is the key, is go, 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 go. Okay. When you're lack of motivation and extremely tired, it could be that you're lacking in iron. Get your cast iron frying pan out and cook some eggs in it. Eggs in a cast iron frying pan is the fastest absorption and giving you iron into your system. If you're a vegan, then just roast vegetables in a cast iron frying pan and make sure you clean it properly afterwards. But everyone in every household should have a cast iron frying pan, okay? And they're saying, go, go, go for it. Because you have great things coming towards you. It really is, the key is your reaction. And rather than knee-jerk reaction, we want you to have a reaction of hope, Okay. This is what they want you to focus on. Right now, the boss and the job feels like a dead end. It feels like, yeah, you don't want to be there anymore. And there's probably, you know, it just feels like there's some obstacles there. Also, you're not practicing self love as much as you should. And that's also contributing to the lack of motivation and the endless or extreme tiredness. So, take away the H word because we don't use that word. We don't say the H word. Okay. It's like the F word or any of those words, right? We don't use those anymore. Instead, we want you to look in the mirror and practice self love. And, 1 minute every night when you're brushing your teeth, right? You're getting ready for bed, you brush your teeth. I want you to put the toothbrush down, lean into the mirror, and look at yourself and have a conversation. You know that they found that I think it was 86% people that practiced. There's my 2 hour mark. Yeah. So that's my practice of am I on track with my wording and my consciousness? So 10 seconds. Yeah, I am. Okay, so I can go for another 2 hours because I'm building my muscle. And that's what I want you to do. So look in the mirror, and 86% of people that set goals and talk about their goals in the mirror to themselves manifest the goals. I think it was 86% faster. I know there was an 86% in there. So whether or not it's people that manifest or manifest it faster. So I want you to use a mirror to manifest your goals and realize that you are not alone. You've never been alone. You have a whole group that are supporting you and loving you, right? You've never been alone, honey. Okay? You've never been alone. That's a big one. Keep going to the wrong piles here. Okay, the next one. It's interesting. It's about spirituality and depends. So, are you spiritual depending on the day of the week or the situation? Do you pray when you really need to? Jesus Murphy, Lord, I need some help here. Is that when you actually pray? Or is it dependent upon something? Is that when you talk to your spirit guides, right? When do you talk to your spirit guides? Because there seems to be some confusion about family, about, maybe this is father issue, or it could be your partner, and children. This confusion is causing a lot of the lack of motivation. So be the child within and go for it. Start to play. Start to think about, oh gosh, if I could have the life where I was motivated and I had all the energy in the world, what would I be like? And start playing that way. Get some iron into you as well. Because you've been hiding from the sun for a little while. And we need you to get out into the sun as well. That is going to create a lot of energy for you because you've got sunny days ahead of you. The sun is shining. Get out there. Enjoy it. Get a suntan. Okay? How did that feel? Was that good? Azrael. Will I ever have kids? Will you ever have kids? Again, goes back to that Stuart Wilde thing. Who am I to tell you? Because you can manifest anything, including children. I've seen women that were sterile, supposedly, having children, right? If you read the book, I was told that I would never have kids. I ended up having two. So, use me as an example there, Marion, that yes, of course you can have children. So I want you to practice every day feeling that baby in your arms, smell that child, not the poopy diapers, or you can smell that because that can actually manifest it even more because it's so strong, right? But smell the sweet smell of a baby and hold it in your arms and feel yourself so appreciative of this little one, right? And then give it up to Lord, to God. Don't hold on to it and then start focusing on the lack, right? Because that will just get you more lack. I want you to focus just for brief moments of gratitude and feeling the joy and feeling the love, and then saying, "Thank you, Lord. I trust that that's going to come in my world. I'm so excited." And then get on with your day. Okay. But don't focus on the lack. Set your alarm clock for every 2 hours, like what I've just done here. And every 2 hours, check in. Have I been thinking negatively about not having children? About, oh, yeah, will I ever have children? Oh my God, I'm never going to have any children, am I? What do you think that's going to result in? Not having any children, right? But if you were to say, "Oh, look at this little one. This one's coming to me and my hubby. This is what's coming into my world. And I can feel this beautiful little one. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, dear Lord. Thank you for blessing us with a beautiful child at the perfect time, perfect age, perfect way. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm going to have a child. Damn right I'm having a child. I don't know how, but I trust that God has a greater plan. And I'm going to have lots of kids or whatever it is that you desire. Okay? How does that feel? Better, right? Then, right? Sit up, chin up, celebration. Hammer bammer. Woohoo! Aw, at least I got here to watch. Yay! Well, we're still going, actually, honey. My God, 30 some odd people still here. We were at close to 40 at one point. And and yeah, I've been here for 2 hours and 6 minutes and sweating like a crazy woman. It's 40 some odd degrees here today in Portugal. Okay, hello everybody. Everybody, what a wonderful day. Yes, a hammer bammer. Okay, so let's see the card for you. Well, Miss Sunshine. Of course you get Miss Sunshine. You get the sunny sunshine. And that's what life's all about, right? Lots of healing, lots of love, speaking your truth, letting go of habits that weren't serving you, and you're severing something as well. You're letting go of something that, in a loving, compassionate way, but something is definitely that used to keep you rung up, but and a bit of a tornado, but that's all right because you wish upon the stars, and that I really wish, I wish I could have a baby, right? Not me, not right now. Thank you very much. I'm done that. Because that can happen, right? I've seen it, and it's not happening here. Nope. Okay, Lucy. Hello and greetings from Washington State. Good to see you, Lucy. Thank you for coming in. Okay. Um, Kelly Inkpen. Oh my God. Kelly and I go back so far. Oh, it's so good to see you, honey. Okay, so let me grab a couple of cards for Kelly. How you measure success, or what is it that you're measuring right now? Yeah, it's about education. There's something going on with how you're teaching or educating, and being protective about something. This is a very perplexing one. Yeah. What else? Whoops. Oh God, cards are falling all over the place. Where's Tammy when I need her? Yeah, lots of healing taking place, right? I think that you're teaching people how to heal, actually. Yeah. And in that, there's a lot of cash coming to you. The cash card came through. So I would say that you're really blessed and that money is starting to really flow for you, honey. Okay, Lucy, question. Can you pull cards for me? What message does my spirit guide have for me today in regards to my granddaughter? She is really struggling with mental health and I'm not sure what to do for her. Whew. Okay, so again, mental health, therapist, you gotta, you know, with young people, um, we don't want to just wait by the sidelines until something maybe tragic happens, especially with mental health. So Normally I would say send her to me and I'll do reading for her and reading and healing. And, I'm really good with teens, but I've really moved away from doing one-to-one sessions. And so find a very good therapist that can help, and go for it. I mean, go for it. What does that mean? Yeah, there's so much going on in her mind right now. It's like turmoil, and there's a division within the family. So, yeah, she needs to find herself spiritually. She needs to find her purpose, her sense of centered faith. So, have you introduced her to meditation? Have you introduced her to, you know, things that are magical, like dowsing? You know, or muscle testing. When when people understand that they can stand up and they can ask a question and their body will give them the answer that is accurate. Oh my gosh, a teen or a young person, when they understand that they can have a conversation with their spirit guides without actually hearing them, but they can ask yes and no questions and get the answers, that starts the mind opening to um, self help and loving answers. If they're getting negative answers, then they're not tying into something really positive. Like, so before you ever begin, you have to say, okay, I am calling in my spirit guide that is here for my best and highest good and for the best and highest good of all concerned. Only the beautiful angels that are here for my best and highest good will be accepted to help me. Anything else, God, Jesus, please remove that energy out of me and bring it up to the brown planet. Put it into the claw. And then fill me with light. God and Jesus, be by my side and allow me to ask some questions in love, right? In a loving way. And that's when the question or the answers will come. Okay, that'll help greatly. Okay, couple more, guys. Just Horsefire. Hi, can you tell me about the man that has been on my mind? Should I reach out to him? Guidance on the situation. Should you reach out to him? Yes or no? No, I get a no. He would see it as dependency or maybe even stalking. Yeah. Uh, there's something there, right? Where one has more power than the other. So, have you reached out to him before? I would walk side by side, right? See the results that you want in your mind's eye. And there is also a different way that you're not thinking of. It feels to me that the person that you're thinking of is someone that you already had a relationship with. But then again, when I was pulling the other card, it was like, no, it's a possibility of that you're thinking of. Is it a relationship that you've already had? If that's the case, then all the answers are like putting you in a box. And when the relationship has ended, it created some depression for some people and not for the other. The one that leaves usually goes on to plan a beautiful life and, sees what it is that they desire in their life. And the one that's left behind is left in a position of either deciding to focus on, what is still flowing or what has not, half empty, half full. Unfortunately, the one that is left behind often feels wrung out and their head is spinning. But over time, that heals. So, depending on your situation, either way, I would say pray and focus on yourself because it's less about him and it's more about you. And this is your time. This is the end of times, right? This is a time where we really got to take care of ourselves. and stop focusing on all the drama and, stuff, or not drama. For you, it's not drama. It's being preoccupied with someone else. And instead, I want you to focus on, okay, how do I get to be the best person that I can be? And he's going to come running at you. When you glow, when you step into your spiritual strength and you really go for it, right? That's that card. Go for it. You got a straight road ahead. They want you to get on track. Okay? Feel good? Scorpio. Beautiful. Light. Can you tell me if you see me ending up in a relationship with a man I'm seeing? Well, there's a lot of healing that took place because I think this is a break in a pattern. And yeah, sunny days. So yeah, it's very hopeful, honey. The good news is that you've broken a pattern. And yeah, confirmation. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. See, my spirit guides are also in on this whole conversation. And I've asked that when it's like a real strong confirmation, give me a sign. And so that's what we've come up with. Boop, 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 boop. Others will say, oh, it's just someone texting you, Carrie. No, there's more to this than that. Okay. Will I get to physical CD in August or September? Will I get to physically see D in August or September? Will you see them in August? Yes or no? No. Will you see them in September? Yes or no? Possibly. Yeah. Again, what you focus on, right? Yeah, physically. Oh, okay. Love this story. Yes. Oh, these are ones that read the book. Yes. Beautiful stories. Carrie, I've been trying to get a job for some time, starting to think I'm too old. Well, yeah, if you're thinking you're too old, then guess what? The job will not come for you, Christy. So I would let go of that. And if you haven't watched this from the beginning, I really would urge you to, because there's so many things that I've said to others that apply to you here. We need you to start focusing on that. I'm so happy and grateful that this most beautiful job that I dreamed of getting, I'm so excited. Like, what is it that you want to do? I mean, if life was a restaurant and God was your waiter, this is a download that I got like 20 years ago, and during a session with a client, right? If life was a restaurant and God was a waiter, what would you order from the menu of life? So, do you know what kind of job you want? If you don't, get clear on it. Get really precise. Okay? Because you're not too old. Ever. I mean, I love the story of Colonel Sanders. 65-year-old, he got his pension check and he was like, how am I going to live on that? I got to do something here. Damn it. I'm going to do something. And he did. So you're never too old. Will my son continue doing? I just heard someone say, yeah, but I'm 70. So that's not too old. Okay. Stop with the negative thoughts and take that out, throw it in the cosmic garbage can, and love thyself, love thyself, love thyself. Okay, so this is the end. I am going to do one more here. So, Lynn, will my son continue doing live sound work as his career? Yes or no? For a while, but is it his hearing or your station tube or something? Something has been affecting him. And so I want to pop in the ears. So will he do the sound work as his career? Yes or no? Yeah, I get a really strong yes. He's got to protect his ears though. Okay. Any messages from my spirit guide related to my career move? Yeah, celebrate. It's a good thing. Well done. Okay. So thank you, Carrie. Love your story. This one is very difficult, has been 30 years on and off. He was married between. came back and then let me go. Right. And so, I think that actually those kind of situations are previous life kind of relationships that you needed to come together to finish karmically. But is that the type of treatment that you want to have and deserve? I know that there's a deep love there, but could you have someone in your life that really, really, really is always there for you and would never let you down and would never let you go? Hmm? I mean, I would say put that one on yield, you know. Stop driving right now because it's caused so much harm, so much damage. You can't see the forest for the trees. And there is really a beautiful, loving relationship out there for you. You need to heal from this one first because this is beyond this lifetime. This is going back many lifetimes. So I would say that in a previous lifetime, you really hurt him. He came back to give you the same feeling. And so now that you can recognize that, maybe you can let that go and realize, wow, so that's why I got to experience all of this. And now it's time to forgive, have compassion, have faith and trust on the right path, and unconditional love, not only for him, but for yourself. Okay? I keep saying the last one, but love yourself like me. Yes. Okay. So, yes, spiritually heal. Yes, I have children. My youngest just moved out. Exactly. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah. So, stepping away briefly. Yeah. Oh, this is a birthday. We got to do this one. Okay. Where are we? Okay, constellation. I am 26 years old today. Everyone wish her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, honey. I had an hours long orbs real encounter portal in Mount Adams. What happened to me to do what happened for me to do now with it? Okay. So you had many hours with the orbs real encounter in a portal in Mount Adams. Okay. It's just part of your path. Yeah, my gosh. Um, so journal, write down everything that you had experienced, everything, all the insights that came through with it, because you didn't just go there by chance. It was for your enlightenment. It was for you to let go of things and to learn to play more. Yeah, let go of the dead end because I think some of the actions that you were heading towards were a dead end. And so it was more of an interruption. Yeah, it cracked the whip for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And on your birthday, you had a new birthing. Yay! I love it. Okay, so cherish it and write everything that you got to experience. And Ben, you stepped away briefly. Okay. Well, I hope you heard your reading because it was really beautiful, really powerful. Thank you so much, Carrie. Yes. Hi, Carrie. Is it possible to say what is wrong with my sister's dog, Chats? The vets can't find the problem. Many thanks. I really appreciate your help. Okay. The first thing I heard is use Immunical. So it's a thing that I used to sell. I don't know if my link will work anymore. What was it now? Immunical is Immunotech. So www.immunotech.com/INTL. Okay, I don't know if this site will still work for you, but it's a natural product and it's what saved my dog. They didn't know what was wrong, and it turned out she had asbestos poisoning from a house that she'd been staying in with my daughters. So yeah, and there was like 7 young people all living together, and it was a house that was a big mansion, and yeah, had asbestos in it. So none of them got sick, but one of the adults did, and 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 Bella. she nearly passed from it. So that's what I would suggest, hon. Sorry, dog's name is Chatta. Yeah. Try the Immunical. It's really amazing stuff. And just the plain stuff is fine. Okay. Yeah. I mixed it with yogurt or, milk, but yogurt is the best thing. Just get the dry package and you mix it, and you really got to mix it. And they'll eat it up like crazy. They love it. Sugar bears. Just took a nasty fall, and my left side is nearly useless. Could have been much worse, though. Yeah, I agree. But why does this happen over and over through the years? What's the message? Um, so I did see an angel there, and it could have been much worse, but they did catch you. Um, so why are you not standing up on your own 2 feet? Why are you not standing with both feet planted firm and saying, this is what, right? So I would suggest being very clear in who you are and what you're about, and stand with both feet firmly. Okay. Okay, we have so many more here. Oh my gosh, so many more. I can't get into all of them, but thank you for all the reviews here on the book, and that everyone loved the book. Thank you for all of your messages here. Really, really appreciate it. If you haven't read my book, please, definitely get a copy of it. The 5 Lessons of Life. Get the one with the 2 awards. It won 3rd in the world for spirituality and philosophy. So it's a good book. It should be. I didn't write it. It came through, right? Okay. So Ashley, you're asking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 times. Will my ex come back? Will your ex come back, Ashley? Will your ex come back? Yes or no? Yeah. I actually hear a yes. Now, you have to be careful what you ask. Will they come back to get their jacket that's in the back closet? Yes. Will they come back to you in the relationship? Yes or no? It's 50-50 at this point. So work on yourself, honey. And, get to a point that it doesn't matter if he comes back. What matters most is you're happy with yourself. Okay? Find some hobbies that you love. Start painting, doing something that really brings that joy up. And when you have that kind of joy, you become irresistible. And no one can, you just shine, right? That's where you want to be. And that's sweet. Everyone's wishing Plasma a beautiful, happy birthday as well. Thanks. I love this group. Yeah, you're really beautiful. Yeah, lots of happy birthday, Plasmas. Okay. Well, guys, that's another 2.5 hours. I hope that you really enjoyed it. Did anyone here join my mail group? I don't think so. Not one. I put in 2.5 hours again, and I'd really like for someone, please, to just join my mailclubly.com group. I'd sure appreciate it. Because, it's, what was it? I had it at 19 euros a month, but I scrapped that. I think it's at 11 euros a month. And you're going to get a lot of really beautiful things for that. So if you've enjoyed this, please reciprocate and allow me to contact you every single month with a beautiful package, because I think you'll really love it. Okay. So if you're open to that, put it in the comments. Yes, I'm joining your mail club. Anyone there? Some happy birthdays. Okay. Okay. Well, see you all. Yeah, give a thumbs up. There's some thumbs up. Yes. Now we're starting to see some good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Thanks so much. So we will see you next week, but then the next 2 weeks after that, I'll be away. Okay. So yay. We got 2 people. Thanks, everyone. I love you guys. And I hope that you really enjoyed this. I love, hearing spirit and sharing the messages that come through. So much love to everyone. And on the exit here, gosh, what song are we going to choose? I'm going to play the Wealth song. I love you guys. These are all songs that I wrote. Okay. Love you. Bye.